Hey guys, my name is Corey Victory. I am a full-time makeup artist based out of New Orleans, Louisiana. While I do love makeup, I also have always had a huge passion for psychology and just mental health awareness in general. Today, this video is kind of going to be about what everyone is dealing with right now, which is really with how I have been coping with this whole coronavirus situation. Here in New Orleans, it's only been about 2 weeks since it's really become a really big deal for everybody. Let's just start with me and kind of how I'm coping with it. Obviously, this is different for everybody, depending on what you do for a living. If you're single, if you're married, if you have kids. Me personally, I'm in a serious relationship, but I don't have kids. Me and my boyfriend live together, and we've been together for about a year now. Luckily, we get along pretty good, so being together all day every day has not been that bad. I think when this whole coronavirus thing surfaced, you naturally want to kind of like look the other way and be like, well, that's not going to affect me. Like, you know, you can't think that way. You don't want to think about it, so you kind of just want to block it out and go about your life. And a couple weeks ago, when I saw that it was coming to, or it was in the US, I definitely was starting to freak out. And I already naturally think worst case scenario. Like, my mind, that's something that I actually have to work on, because my mind always goes to the worst possible situation. So of course I'm thinking, oh gosh, like what are we gonna do when this comes here? I kind of shut it out and was like, well, I can't think about that right now because it's not happening. And a couple weeks went by and now here we are. So first and foremost, I think one of the most important things is talking about it. Right now, me talking about it with you guys is therapeutic. Talking about whatever it is you're going through, I think is the best thing you can do. And for me, I've been in therapy for a year. I think it's changed my life. But if you don't have a therapist, I think if you have a loved one that you can talk to, or a trusted friend or a significant other, it's just really important. I think being able to relate to one another and I jotted some notes down here. I hope that y'all have at least one person like that in your life. I have a friend who is like family to me. I go to her with everything. Her and I definitely share a lot of our struggles with each other. I can definitely go to my boyfriend, so that's really good. I feel like I have a couple of outlets. And my dad. Me and my dad talk a lot too. Secondly, for me, physical activity is huge. A year ago, I started getting more into working out, and over time I've tried to basically incorporate some form of physical activity every single day into my life, and I think that it's made a huge difference. Another thing for me, music is huge. In the morning when I wake up and I come in here and like make my breakfast, I have this little playlist on Apple Music, and it's called Focus Radio. I think music is a great way to cope with how you're feeling. Reading, I'll read a little bit before I go to bed, a little bit in the morning. Self-help books are amazing, especially for my ladies. I've been reading this book called The Gifts of Imperfection by Brene Brown. Here is the book. My friend Cece, this book to me, and she's the one who convinced me to read it, digs into a lot of different emotions that we feel, and right now could not be a better time for me to be reading this book. So, I mean, this is another thing that's helping me get through these hard times, for sure. So, highly recommend checking this book out.
Another thing that is freaking huge for me right now that I should have been knowing, but I just recently discovered, is to limit my freaking time on social media. I basically deleted the Facebook app off my phone. My Facebook timeline is so overwhelming. Obviously, there's information, articles, personal stories with this virus going on being thrown at us from left and right, and it is so overwhelming. I can spend a lot of time on my phone, and next thing you know, you're reading somebody's personal story, and then now you're going to Google and you're freaking out. And you spend most of your day doing that. Now, I'm not saying to completely block what's going on out, because you want to stay informed, and that's really important. At the same time, I did write this down here. You want to remain mindful and aware, obviously, but at the same time, you don't want to go down a rabbit hole. If you guys are like me, you're worried, about someone right now, whether that's yourself, a loved one, a friend, a significant other. Me personally, I'm super worried about my dad. He has underlying health conditions and he's older. I'm worried about my grandma, even though she stays inside all the time anyway. And I'm kind of worried about my boyfriend. He has a few health conditions and I don't know how it would affect him. And where you get to Googling and reading about different cases, it can really just send you into a negative headspace. It just is not doing any good. Remaining informed and sticking to the facts that we're currently being presented is good, but going and exposing yourself to so much of it a day is, I think, just toxic. We've been told what to do to protect ourselves, and that's it. For anybody who keeps going on Facebook and keeps Googling everything, try to stop doing that, because you're not doing your mental sanity any good, and it's not good for you physically either. If you are on social media, try to curate your newsfeed to following more positive accounts, so you're exposing yourself to positivity and things that are helpful. Okay guys, if this video was helpful for you, if you enjoyed it, please feel free to give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and turn your notifications on. I hope that I will be talking to you guys very soon, and thank you so much for watching.